1. Ax-4 mission update, flight day number 17, Axiom space crew preparing for departure. 2. Axiom for astronauts on ISS, science, stunning Earth views and Pierogis in space. 3. Shubhanshu Shukla space feast, countdown to homecoming. 4. NASA Axiom mission for crew completes undocking and research on space station. 1. Ax-4 mission update, flight day number 17, Axiom space crew preparing for departure. Imagine spending over 2 weeks floating 250 miles above Earth. This isn't sci-fi, but the reality for the Ax-4 crew wrapping up their historic mission aboard the International Space Station. As they prepare to return to Earth after 17 intense days, their groundbreaking work could reshape humanity's future in space. But here's what most people don't realize: every experiment they conducted pushes the boundaries of what's possible beyond our planet. Commander Peggy Whitson, pilot Shubhanshu Shukla, and mission specialists Ławosz Uznański-Wisniewski and Tibor Karpu are concluding their orbit with remarkable achievements. They've engaged in over 60 scientific investigations, like studying microalgae's potential to sustain life in deep space, and participated in 20+ educational events to inspire future generations. Their departure is scheduled for Monday, July 14 at 7:05 a.m. Eastern Time, with live coverage available through Axiom.space, NASA, and SpaceX platforms. Now, consider the research details that often get overlooked: centrifuged and preserved microalgae samples, organisms that could become the life support system for Mars colonies. The team also advanced the Voyager Displays project, examining how zero gravity affects eye coordination, and contributed to vocal studies analyzing speech pattern changes in space. Cognitive adaptability research through the acquired equivalence test further reveals how astronauts learn in microgravity. But here's where it gets controversial: while immune multiomics, muscular stimulation, and microbiome studies aim to protect astronauts' health on long missions, some argue these resources could better serve Earth's immediate needs. Do the benefits of understanding space's impact on gut bacteria justify the multimillion-dollar investment? We'd love to hear your take in the comments. Beyond research, the crew's CNN International interview, airing Monday afternoon, highlights their outreach impact. As they return, one question lingers: does privatized space exploration accelerate scientific progress or divert attention from terrestrial crises? We'll leave you with this thought. Share your perspective below. 2. Axiom for astronauts on ISS, science, stunning Earth views and Pierogis in space. Imagine spending nearly 2 weeks orbiting Earth, not just gazing out at breathtaking views but also conducting cutting-edge scientific research, while enjoying a taste of home like Pierogis. This is exactly what the private astronauts of Axiom Space's fourth crewed mission, Ax-4, are experiencing aboard the International Space Station, ISS. But here's where it gets fascinating: these astronauts are not only advancing science but also representing a global collaboration like never before. The Axiom-4 team consists of 4 astronauts with diverse backgrounds: Commander Peggy Whitson, a veteran NASA astronaut and Axiom's Director of Human Spaceflight; pilot Shubhanshu Shukla from India; mission specialists Ławosz Uznański-Wisniewski from Poland; and mission specialist Tibor Karpu from Hungary. They arrived at the ISS on June 26 aboard a SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule and have been busy ever since. Over their mission, the team has smashed previous records for on-orbit activities by completing more than 60 scientific experiments and participating in numerous outreach events. These projects aren't just scientific tasks, they're building bridges across 31 countries, showcasing how space exploration is truly a collaborative, international effort. Whitson emphasizes this point, calling Ax-4 a government-sponsored research mission for a global space community. For example, Shuk's highlighted the collaboration with India's ISRO and national institutions across the country, describing how their joint research efforts have produced exciting results. Meanwhile, Tibor Karpu is leveraging Hungary's expertise in radiation research by testing a rad nanodosimeter, a compact device worn continuously to monitor radiation exposure, carbon dioxide levels, and magnetic field effects in real time. On top of that, he's also successfully growing radishes and peppers aboard the ISS, plants that are reportedly thriving in the unique microgravity environment and growing at an astonishing pace. Suave is equally enthusiastic, especially about a groundbreaking brainwave interface experiment that lets a person control a device using only their mind, a first-of-its-kind demonstration in space. This technology could open new frontiers in how astronauts interact with equipment and even assist people with disabilities on Earth. The mission isn't all work, the crew has also delighted in sharing cultural moments. For instance, Polish astronaut Suave and Commander Whitson floated traditional Polish Pierogis in front of the camera during a video chat with Axiom's Director of Digital Strategy, Sonia Govanka-Mackay. This light-hearted moment brought a taste of Earth's comforts into space, highlighting the human side of explorers far from home. Suave described Pierogis as a beloved comfort food in Poland, and this simple meal became a symbol of the cultural richness aboard the ISS. The astronauts also make use of every free moment to appreciate Earth's grandeur through the station's enormous cupola windows. Suave, an avid photographer, passionately captures these views, trying to immortalize every fleeting moment back to our home planet. As their 2-week mission approaches its scheduled end, the crew is more comfortable with the unique challenges of living in weightlessness. Whitson praised her fellow crewmates, noting how quickly they've adapted, become efficient in their tasks, and managed to keep stress levels down despite their busy schedules. This smooth adjustment speaks volumes about their training and teamwork. Their return timeline is flexible, contingent on weather conditions at their splashdown site in the Pacific Ocean, an unpredictable variable that has delayed previous missions by several days. Both NASA, SpaceX, and Axiom are monitoring this closely to ensure a safe landing. This mission is a remarkable example of private spaceflight pushing boundaries not just technologically but also culturally and scientifically. But here's the controversial question: as private companies like Axiom take on more space missions, what does this mean for traditional government space agencies? Is this the beginning of a new era where space exploration becomes more commercial and global, or are there risks in shifting away from purely governmental control? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you see private missions like Ax-4 as the future of space exploration, or should governments maintain tighter reins on who gets to go to space? Share your opinions in the comments below. Written by Josh Dinner, a dedicated spaceflight journalist and photographer who has been covering human space exploration since 2016. You can follow his launch photography on Instagram and his musings on X, formerly Twitter. 3. Shubhanshu Shukla's Space Feast, Countdown to Homecoming. Here's a story that blends adventure, science, and a taste of home, in the most unexpected place you can imagine. Imagine enjoying a meal where your plate floats beside you, and utensils refuse to stay put. That's exactly what Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla and his crew experienced during a special feast aboard the International Space Station, ISS, ahead of their return to Earth. But what happens when astronauts trade traditional meals for a zero-gravity feast? Let's dive into this remarkable journey. Shubhanshu Shukla, India's latest space pioneer, will kickstart his journey back on July 14 after a 14-day mission. As the countdown begins, NASA recently confirmed the return timeline, with a splashdown targeting a region near California's coast in the Pacific Ocean. But before departure, the crew celebrated with meals that defied gravity. Newly released images capture Shukla and colleagues grinning widely while suspended mid-air, plates hovering nearby, a visual reminder that even space meals require ingenuity. Now, here's where the story gets intriguing. Shukla's return marks a critical milestone for India's space ambitions. As the first Indian aboard the ISS, his work on 7 India-specific experiments for Axiom Mission 4, codenamed Akash Ganga, lays the groundwork for the Gaganyaan program, India's ambitious crewed spaceflight mission. But debate persists: is investing in space exploration justified when Earth faces urgent challenges like climate change and poverty? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. NASA's Steve Stitch, manager of the Commercial Crew Program, emphasized careful coordination, stating, "We're closely monitoring the Axiom for mission's progress." The target undock date is July 14. The splashdown, expected hours later, will conclude a voyage that began with Shukla following in the footsteps of Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, who first entered space in 1984. But this isn't just a mission, it's a legacy. As India takes bold steps toward manned space travel, Shukla's experiments pave the way for future astronauts to overcome challenges like microgravity effects on the human body. Imagine, what questions would you ask about living in space? How would you prioritize experiments if given the chance? The comments section is open for debate. 4. NASA Axiom mission for crew completes undocking and research on space station. Imagine being on the brink of a historic moment, where science and human achievement converge in the vast expanse of space. That's exactly what's happening with the Axiom mission 4 Ax-4 crew, who are preparing to undock from the International Space Station, ISS, on Monday, July 14, at 7:05 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. As they board the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft, they're not just leaving the ISS, they're leaving behind a legacy of groundbreaking research. But here's where it gets controversial: the Ax-4 mission is not just about leaving. It's about taking with them a treasure trove of scientific data and samples that could revolutionize our understanding of life in space. The crew has been conducting an array of experiments, from collecting blood samples to studying microalgae and nanomaterials. These aren't just academic pursuits, they could lead to breakthroughs in medical treatments, sustainable food sources, and even wearable health monitoring devices. And this is the part most people miss: the Ax-4 crew isn't just doing science for science's sake. They're paving the way for future space exploration and habitation. By investigating how the human body responds to space, they're helping to ensure that the next generation of astronauts can thrive in the final frontier. As the Ax-4 crew finalizes their research on Saturday, they'll be packing up their findings and personal items into the Dragon spacecraft. But before they leave, they'll be assisted by Station Flight Engineer Anne McLean and NASA Flight Engineer Nicole Ayers, who have been helping with the logistics and the scientific experiments. This mission is a testament to international collaboration, with crew members from NASA, JAXA, and Roscosmos all contributing to the mission's success. From processing saliva samples to inspecting electronics gear, every task is crucial to the mission's objectives. As the Ax-4 crew prepares for undocking, they're not just leaving the ISS, they're leaving behind a legacy of discovery and innovation. But the real question remains: what will we learn from their research, and how will it shape the future of space exploration? What do you think about the Ax-4 mission's findings? Do you think they'll lead to significant breakthroughs in space research? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Follow the Space Station blog at space_station on X, and the ISS Facebook and ISS Instagram accounts for the latest updates on station activities. Subscribe to receive the latest from NASA delivered every week.